Pioneer fans, Pioneer men's varsity basketball is live and on the air. What's up, Ben? Ladies and gentlemen, Pioneer men's varsity basketball is live and on the air, and we are live on the campus of Pioneer High School at the main gym where it is Pioneer taking on the Lincoln Rail Splitters here on Valentine's Day, so a little bit of Valentine's basketball for you. Pioneer is 8-9 on the season, coming off of a big win versus Dexter, 54-33. They had two losses before that to Skyline, 47-35, and to Summit Academy, 74-36. They had three wins before that, beating Dexter 60-50, beating Monroe 54-49, and beating Bedford 56-49. On the other side, the Rail Splitters are 6-11. They're coming off of a loss to Huron, 54-41. They had two wins before that in overtime. They beat Dexter 49-47, and they beat Monroe 47-62. The two games before that were losses to Huron 54-46 and to Skyline 57-50. Here is the national anthem, Down to America. As John will have starting lineups coming up quickly here, as we're about to get going. 8 minutes up on the clock, we'll have the starting lineups, and then we'll have our opening tip. Next couple games for Pioneer upcoming. They will be playing away at Huron on the 17th. That will be a 7 p.m. game. They will host Saline here on the 21st. They'll host Adrian on the 24th. That'll be a CTN game. Then 2 games away on the 28th. They'll be Riverford Community High School, and then into the playoffs. Now let's turn it over to John for the starting lineups.
Let's meet the starting lineups. For Lincoln, number 1, junior forward, Jayshawn Davis. For Pioneer, it's number 0, senior forward, Antonio Christian. For Lincoln, number 13, junior forward, Hayden Green. For Pioneer, it's number 10, junior forward, Nate Freisteller. For the Rail Splitters, number 10, junior center, Eric Jones. For Pioneer, number 20, senior forward, Dylan Passanet. For Lincoln, number 2, sophomore, guard, Yacine Areen. For Pioneer, number 11, junior guard, Nelson Softball. And for Lincoln, number 4, junior guard, Avery White. Finally, for Pioneer, number 35, he's a senior guard, it's Reed Yuha. The head coach of Lincoln, Jesse Davis, assisted by Laughing Davis and Brian Vaughn. The head coach of Pioneer is Rich Marion. And the third team on the court tonight, the officials, A.J. Haddock, Caleb Mathis, and Adam Miller.
As we're about to get ready to go, thank you, John, for those wonderful starting lineups and opening announcements. As Freisteller in to take the opening tip. On the other side is Green, as we are getting ready to go here in the JV contest. It was Pioneer with the win. Pioneer gets the opening tip. Sampa bringing it up the near wing. Sampa down the near sideline over half court. Sampa gets over to Freisteller. Freisteller on the near wing working against Jones. Back over to Sampa. Sampa on the near sideline into the near corner. Gets it top of the key to Christian. Christian picks up his dribble, gets it back over to Freisteller on the near wing. Now Sampa comes around the arc. Top of the key, back over to Freisteller on the near wing. Underneath to Christian. Christian working against Davis, puts it up and in. Christian with his first points of the game, 2-0. Pioneer with the lead, 7:26 left to go. Rail splitters bring it ahead as Roach has it just inside of half court. Juhas watching him. Bounce pass over to Davis. Davis on the far wing. Davis now dribbles top of the key, hands it off over to over to Ali. Ali. And shot by Davis, straight on, comes off the rim over to the near side. Here comes Sampa. Sampa over to Juhas. Juhas gets it back to Sampa on the near wing. Sampa in there working against Ali. Sampa comes around the arc. Whistle, that is going to be a foul on number 10. That's going to be on Jones, his first foul. 6:54 left to go here in the first. Pioneer up by 2-0. They have the ball as Sampa on the far sideline. Sampa comes top of the key, now moves it over to Juhas. Juhas to Freisteller, back to Juhas on the far wing. Juhas over to Sampa on the near wing. Sampa working against Ali. Sampa works his way around the arc. Now Sampa over to Freisteller on the near wing. Freisteller to the near side of the paint. Trying to get it over to Christian. That's stolen away. It's coming over the top. Was Green. Now here comes Lincoln. Down by 2. Coming up the far side. Roach into the paint. Puts up a floater. That rolls off the near side of the rim. Pulled down by Christian. Christian over to Sampa. Here comes Pioneer. Up by 2. Juhas into the paint. Over to Pasternak. Pasternak for 3. And Pasternak hits it. Pasternak has 3 points. 5-0. Pioneer with the lead. 6 minutes even left to go here in the first. Davis for Lincoln has it over to Ali. Ali just about 5 feet inside of half court. Sampa watching him. Ali bounce pass over to Jones on the near wing. Or on the near elbow. Jones hands it off to Roach. Roach into the paint. Kicks it into the near corner for Ali. Ali comes down into the paint. Puts it up off the back of the rim. Pasternak has it up. Gets it back over to Freisteller out of bounds. That will be Lincoln ball. 5-0. Pioneer with the lead. 5:34 left to go here in the first. Davis inbound right in front of the scorer's bench on the far sideline. Gets it back over to Ali. Ali brings it ahead for Lincoln over half court. Ali picked up there by Sampa. Ali on the far wing. Bounce pass to Davis. Davis down the near side of the paint. Puts it up and in. Off glass. Davis with 2 points. It's 5-2. Pioneer with the lead. 5:15 left to go here in the first. Sampa for Pioneer. Onto the far wing. Sampa over to Freisteller. Over to Juhas on the near wing. Juhas back over to Pasternak. Pasternak working his way to the top of the key. Over to Sampa on the far sideline. Sampa to Freisteller. Freisteller working against Jones. Freisteller bounce pass to Sampa. Sampa dribbles to his right now. It's about 8 feet off of the arc. Gets a screen from Christian. Sampa comes top of the key. Spins with it. Gets it back over to Pasternak. Pasternak working against Green. Pasternak gets a screen from Christian. Pasternak into the paint. Bounce over to Christian. Back over to Pasternak. Stolen away. Here comes Lincoln the other direction. Lincoln as Green into the paint. Puts it up. Off glass and the rim. Falls off and Pioneer with the rebound. Pioneer up 5-2. Freisteller into the paint. Puts it up. Off glass. Off the side of the rim. Falls away but a whistle and a foul. That foul is going to be on Davis. Davis picks up his first foul. That is the second foul on Lincoln. 4:20 left to go here in the first. Freisteller, first shot is up and good. Nothing but net for Freisteller. Freisteller with his first point of the game. That makes it 6-2. Pioneer with the lead. Next shot coming. Freisteller up and good. Freisteller has 2 points. Pioneer trying to get to 500 at 9-9. Lincoln trying to creep that way and trying to get to 7-11. Davis puts it into the far corner for Green. Green there for Lincoln. Over to Roach. Roach gets inside the far sideline to Davis. Davis comes down the near side of the paint, puts it up and in. Davis has 4 as it's 7-4. Pioneer with the 3-point lead, just under 4 minutes to go. Freisteller on the far sideline for Pioneer. Freisteller working against Jones into the paint. Freisteller over to Sampa on the near wing. Sampa versus Ali, steps back. It's a little bit of room to work. Now gets a screen from Christian. Sampa on the far elbow, kicks over to Christian. Christian over to Freisteller. Freisteller down the baseline, stops, picks up his dribble. Freisteller all the way back to Sampa, just inside of half court. Sampa, 3:28 left to go. Sampa picks up his dribble to Freisteller, just off the top of the key. Freisteller on the near wing now. Over to Passernick. Passernick underneath to Christian. Christian puts it up off the side of the rim. Pulled down by Lincoln. Whistle underneath. As Jones got the rebound, and it looks like it might be a foul on Christian. They're talking things over. So you like to see what the officials is talk things over, make sure everything. Jones picks up his second foul. Pioneer to inbound, baseline left. Williams in for Lincoln. As Freisteller has it on the near side of the paint. Freisteller has it popped from behind. As Roach picks up the foul. 4 fouls on Lincoln, none yet on Pioneer. 3:10 left to go here in the first. Pioneer has it batted away. Coming up the other direction is Green. Green loses his edge but gets it over. Tipped away by Freisteller. Out of bounds. That will be Lincoln ball. 3:02 left to go here in the first. 7-4. Pioneer with the lead. Green to inbound on the near sideline. Green gets it over to Ali. Ali on the near wing. Ali being watched by Sampa. Ali gets a screen from Davis, picks it up over to Davis, top of the key. Davis over into the paint, loses the dribble. Here comes Sampa for Pioneer the other direction. Passernick down the near side of the paint, puts it up off the rim over to the far side. Christian down to the ground, trying to pull it away. Gets it over. Juhas for 3. Had a little long. Freisteller with the rebound. Back over to Juhas. Passernick, underneath. And pulled away by Juhas to the free throw line. Over to Passernick for 3. That just a little long. Pulled down by Pioneer. Christian with it. That is going to be a jump ball. 2:21 left to go here in the first. 7-4. Pioneer with the lead. Lincoln with the ball. As they'll inbound baseline left. Green to inbound to Ali. Mutinda in for Pioneer, number 21. As Passernick gets a breather. So you have Juhas, Sampa, Mutinda, Powell, as well as Freisteller out there for Pioneer. As Roach has it for Lincoln on the far sideline, working against Juhas. Roach down the far side of the paint, puts it up, grabbed and in, as that was put in by Green. Green now has 2 points, as it's a 1-point game, 7-6. Freisteller at the near elbow, gets it back to Juhas for Pioneer. Pioneer with the ball, up by 1. Screen by Mutinda for Juhas. Juhas to the far elbow. Over Sampa for a long 3, and he hits it. Sampa from way downtown. Pioneer up 10-6, 4-point lead, 1:37 left to go. Davis for the Rail Splitters has it top of the key, over to Roach. Roach on the far sideline, that put up, trying to grab it, pulled down by Pioneer. Sampa the other direction down the far sideline. As he carried the ball, that'll go over to Lincoln. 1 minute, 23 seconds left to go. Dorsey in for Lincoln. Pasternak back in for Pioneer. Also looks like Ritchie in for Lincoln. Lincoln to inbound on the far sideline. Williams inbounds it to Ali. Ali brings it ahead for the Rail Splitters. Ali over half court. As moves it over on the far wing for Ritchie. Ritchie hands it off to Green. Now Dorsey racing down the far side. Back over to Green. Green into the paint. Puts it up a floater. That off the back of the rim, but a whistle underneath. That looks like it's going to be on Mutinda, and it is. Mutinda picks up his first foul. First foul on Pioneer. One foul on Pioneer, 4 on the Rail Splitters. 1:08 left to go here in the first. Green shooting 2. First shot up by Green is good. Green has 3 points now, trying to make it 4 points. 3-point lead for Pioneer. Green trying to get it down to 2, and that one off the back of the rim. Falls off the far side. Mutinda with the rebound. Here comes Sampa for Pioneer over half court. Sampa works his way, coming onto the near wing into the near corner. Juhas for 3, and he hits it. Juhas for 3. 13-7. Pioneer with the 6-point lead. Ali has it for Lincoln on the far elbow. Gets it back over. Now Ritchie over on the far wing. Back over to Ali. Ali, top of the key, coming down the far side of the paint. Down on the court as Sampa goes in to grab it. That's going to be a jump ball, pointing or possession or points Pioneer's way. 35.6 seconds left to go here in the first. 13-7. Pioneer with the lead and the ball. Freisteller over half court down the far sideline. Freisteller comes top of the key, picks up the dribble over to Pasternak on the far wing. Pasternak and moves it over, tipped away from Sampa. Here comes Ali. Sampa gets it back in the near corner. 18 seconds left to go. Sampa brings it ahead for Pioneer. Now 13 seconds left in the first. Sampa, bounce pass over to Mutinda. Mutinda over to Pasternak. Pasternak just off top of the key to Freisteller. Into the paint. Freisteller batted away. Ball out of bounds. That should be Lincoln ball with 2.8 seconds left to go here in the first. 13-7. Pioneer with the lead. Ali racing down 2 seconds. 1 second. Ali puts it up. No basket, no shot attempt as it was after the whistle. Let's play a message from the MHSAA as it is Pioneer 13 and Lincoln 7.
Where can you find good information on all kinds of topics related to the well-being of our student athletes? Check out the health and safety page of the MHSAA website. Learn about multi-sport participation, heat and hydration, cardiovascular resources, as well as insurance benefits available for our students. It's all on the health and safety page of MHSAA.com. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Here are 5 more good reasons for multi-sport participation. Multi-sport athletes are more coachable. They have higher athletic ceilings. They become better talent in the long run. They have higher sports IQs. Their sport skills transfer, and they are better teammates. Multi-sport participation is cross-training for life. Learn more at the MHSAA website. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Possession arrow points Pioneer's way. Pioneer up by 6 points, 13-7. Or excuse me, points Lincoln's way. Forgive me. As Lincoln will inbound right in front of us, Ritchie to inbound. Gets that over to Ali. Ali brings it ahead for Lincoln over half court. Sampa waiting for him at the top of the key. Over to Ritchie on the near wing. Ritchie hands it off, trying to work his way into Dorsey. Kicks it over onto the far wing. Underneath onto the near wing. Ali for 3. That off the side of the rim. Pulled down by Mutinda. As they'd hit the shot clock, therefore out of bounds. Strauss in for Pioneer. Gets it over to Sampa, bringing it down the near sideline. Pioneer up by 6, 13-7. 7:35 left to go here in the second. Strauss on the near sideline. Over to Mutinda, top of the key. Mutinda thought about getting it to Pasternak. Pasternak worked his way around. Now back over to Strauss. Strauss just off the near wing. Gets it over to Sampa. Double team. Sampa picks up the dribble. That will be a whistle and a foul.
Fouls on Sean Williams, his first.
Williams picks up his foul. That is 5 on Lincoln. 2 more. Pioneer will be in the bonus. Strauss inbound in front of us. Over to Sampa. Sampa up the near sideline. Sampa over half court. Sampa now working against Ali. Over on the near wing. Mutinda down the baseline. Spins. Puts it up. And in. Mutinda has 2 points. That makes it 15-7. Pioneer up by 8. Ali over half court for Lincoln. Ali moves it over, racing down with it is Ritchie. Ritchie, that shot long, but that put up and in by Williams. Williams has 2 points, 15-9, 6-point lead by Pioneer, 6:44 left to go. Sampa brings it ahead. Sampa goes over half court. Sampa on the near wing now. Bounce pass over to Mutinda. Mutinda gets it over to Pasternak. Pasternak over to Sampa on the near wing. Sampa works his way around the arc. Over to Strauss on the far wing. Strauss trying to hand it off as coming in. Powell, bounce pass underneath. Mutinda up and in. Mutinda with 4 points. 17-9, 8-point lead by Pioneer. Bringing it ahead. Here comes Roach for Lincoln on the far sideline. Roach now works his way around the arc. Comes down the near side of the paint. Gets it back over to Dorsey. Dorsey puts it up, rolls all the way around and down. Dorsey with 2 points. That makes it 17-11. Pioneer 6-point lead. Strauss over half court for Pioneer. Strauss just inside of half court, comes on the near wing. Strauss picks up his dribble. Strauss trying to get it over to Sampa. That tipped away. Strauss now moving it. That booted out of bounds by Roach. That will be Pioneer's ball. Strauss again inbound right in front of us. 5:38 left to go here in the second. And Sampa in the backcourt. Brings it up the near sideline. Sampa now on the near wing for Pioneer. Sampa trying to get a screen from Mutinda. As Sampa on the far wing. Back over to Strauss on the near wing. As Powell, top of the key, underneath. And put up by Strauss off the front of the rim, but a whistle and a foul. Davis picks up his second foul, 6 fouls on Lincoln, 1 on Pioneer, 1 more, and now put Pioneer in the bonus. Strauss to the line. First shot up by Strauss, that off the back of the rim. Comes right back to Strauss. 1 more shot coming. Juhas comes in, gives Sampa a breather. Tawaku in for Lincoln. One more shot coming for Strauss. 6-point lead for Pioneer. Trying to make it 7. Strauss puts it up. Off the back of the rim, tipped up high by Mutinda. Off the glass, pulled down. Coming ahead with it, Ritchie. Ritchie over to Dorsey for Lincoln. Dorsey to the free throw line. Now that pulled away by Juhas. Juhas for Pioneer, the other direction. Juhas on the near wing, picks up his dribble. Bounce pass to Mutinda on the near side of the paint. Now Pasternak gets it back over to Powell. Powell working his way around the arc. Gets it to Pasternak on the near wing. Pasternak gets it over to Strauss. Strauss on the near wing. Strauss comes down the near side of the paint. Bounce pass. Mutinda putting it up and in off the glass. Mutinda with 6 points. 19-11. Pioneer up by 8. Roach brings it ahead for Lincoln over half court. Roach on that far sideline. Roach comes top of the key now down the near side of the paint. Up off glass and in. As Roach gets the basket and 1. Pasternak picks up his first foul. 2 fouls on Pioneer, 6 on Lincoln. That'll put Roach to the line. Dorsey comes over to talk to his coach. That is up off to the near side. So the and 1 opportunity missed. Here comes Juhas down the far sideline. For Pioneer, over to Powell. Powell comes top of the key. Powell spinning, trying to work it against Dorsey into the near corner for Strauss. Strauss kicks it back over to Powell. Powell on the near sideline. Powell coming down the near side of the paint. Over to Strauss down the baseline. Strauss goes up and fouled underneath the basket. That will be the 7th foul. Pioneer will be in the bonus now.
Foul is on Trey Ritchie, his first.
Ritchie picks up his first foul. Strauss shooting 2. Strauss bends the knees, puts it up, puts it in. Strauss with his first points of the game. It is now a 7-point lead, trying to make it 8. As Delaney comes in for Pioneers, so it's Pasternak, Delaney, Strauss, Uhas, and Powell. Second shot off the iron. Here comes Roach the other direction for Lincoln. Roach down the near side of the paint. Puts it up. That falls off to the far side of the rim. Out of bounds. And will be Pioneer ball, 20-13. Pioneer up by 7 with 3:56 left to go before halftime. Freisteller to inbound. Freisteller gets it to Uhas. Uhas brings it ahead. Uhas over half court. Roach watching him. Over to Freisteller on the near wing. Freisteller gets it to Delaney, top of the key. Now over to Pasternak on the far wing. Underneath to Freisteller, putting it up off the bottom of the glass, but a whistle. 3:40 left to go here in the second. Roach picks up his second foul. 8 on Lincoln. 2 more, and Pioneer will be in the double bonus. Freisteller at the line puts up the first shot, and it is good. Freisteller with 3 points. All free throws. 1 more coming for Freisteller. As Micah Powell in for Pioneer. Freisteller hits it. Freisteller with 4 points. As that ball, Roach has it top of the key for Lincoln. Roach coming down the far sideline, or far side of the paint, puts it up and in. Roach with 4 points. 22-15. Pioneer up by 4. Uhas over half court. Uhas top of the key, now on the near wing. Hands it off to Miles Powell. Miles Powell. Bounce pass underneath to Delaney. Delaney puts it up. That block, but Micah Powell gets it on the far wing. Micah Powell. Over to Freisteller. Freisteller on the baseline on the far side. Back over to Micah Powell for 3. And off the rim, pulled down by Delaney. As that will go over to Lincoln, as they're going to call foul underneath. Delaney picks up the foul. That is his first foul. As Lincoln brings it ahead. Roach on the far wing to the near elbow, into the near corner, and put up by Dorsey off the back of the rim. Freisteller pulls it down, 22-15. Pioneer up by 7 with 2:40 left to go. Uhas on the near wing. For Pioneer, Uhas dribbles, works his way around the arc, gets a screen. Uhas on the far elbow. Over to Freisteller. Freisteller comes to the free throw line. Over to Micah Powell on the far sideline. Micah Powell over to Uhas on the far side of the paint. Shot and off the rim, pulled down by Dorsey. Here comes Lincoln the other direction, down by 7. Dorsey, top of the key now. Dorsey comes down the near side of the paint, picks up the dribble. Dorsey skies it over for Roach, and that is going to be over and back. As 2:09 left to go here in the second. Pioneer up by 7. Freisteller to inbound on the near sideline. Gets it to Uhas for Pioneer. Uhas working against Ali over half court. Uhas on the near wing. Uhas into the near corner. Uhas over to Freisteller. Freisteller now trying to work his way back in over to Micah Powell. Micah Powell over on the far sideline to Miles Powell. Miles Powell work his way around the arc to the far elbow. That tip back over to Freisteller on the far wing. Freisteller comes to the free throw line, hands it off to Miles Powell. 1 minute 40 seconds left to go here in the second. 7-point lead for Pioneer. Now Uhas into the paint, and a collision and a whistle. That is going to be on Roach. Roach picks up his 3rd foul. 8 fouls, 9 fouls now on Lincoln. 1 more will put Pioneer in the double bonus. So Roach with 3 fouls. He only 1 in foul trouble to that level. Jones on Lincoln with 2 fouls, as well as Davis. Pioneer has 3 people with 1 foul. Uhas to the line. Uhas puts up the first shot and up and good. Uhas with 4 points. One more shot coming for him. 1 minute, 35 seconds left to go here in the second. 8-point lead. Uhas trying to make it a 9-point lead. Basket is up and good by Uhas. Uhas with 5 points. Pioneer 24, Lincoln 15. Ali brings it ahead for Lincoln over half court. Ali now just about 5 feet off of the top of the key. Uhas watching him. Ali in no hurry, calling out signals. As Ali now has Williams over in the near corner. Ali bounce pass. As that's over to Green. Green hands it off to Wakul. Wakul puts it up and in for 3. Wakul has 3 points, 24-18. Pioneer with the 6-point lead. Uhas over half court for Pioneer. Uhas on the near wing. Uhas picks up his dribble over to Freisteller, top of the key. Freisteller working against Green. Freisteller now over to Uhas on the near wing. Uhas working his way to the free throw line. Over to Miles Powell. Now Freisteller, top of the key. Freisteller down the far side of the paint. That shot up and put back up by Pioneer and in. Freisteller puts it in. He has 6 points. 26-18. Pioneer with the lead. Ali for Lincoln with the 3-pointer. And off the front, the back of the rim wouldn't go. Freisteller with the rebound. 24 seconds left to go before halftime. Uhas for Pioneer on the near sideline, being watched by Ali. Uhas into the paint, puts it, trying to get it over to Christian, up and in, off glass. Christian has 4 points. 28-18, Pioneer up by 10. Ali for Lincoln, brings it over half court. Ali on the near wing, working against Uhas down the paint. Ali puts it over, up and Condi trying to put it in. That's no good. Pioneer with the 28-18 lead here at halftime. Let's play push on, and we'll come back with your second period intermission scoreboard report. Let's take a look at the scoring so far. On the Pioneers side, it is 6 points by Freisteller, 6 points for Mutinda, 5 points for Uhas, 4 points for Christian, 3 points for Sampa, 3 points for Pasternak, and a point for Strauss. On the other side, it is 4 points for Roach, 4 points for Davis, 2 points for Dorsey, 2 points for Williams, 3 points for Tawakul, and 3 points for Green. As we will have the cheerleading squad maybe come out momentarily. Here we go. And now the Pioneer cheer team. As the cheer team heads out to center court, we'll leave the camera on them and pull up the sound for the cheer team. is the Pioneer cheer team doing a fantastic performance. We appreciate them being here. Now let us take a look at scores from elsewhere in the SEC Red, if everything I said didn't go away. And it did. Awesome. Okay, so I will reset everything, as that's what happens when I try and get myself going beforehand in the earlier game. Again, it was, by the way, in the freshman contest, Lincoln won 63 to 52. In the JV contest, Pioneer won 67 to 55. As let's play a quick message from the MHSA, and I'll be right back with your intermission scoreboard report.
Where can you find good information on all kinds of topics related to the well-being of our student athletes? Check out the health and safety page of the MHSA website. Learn about multi-sport participation, heat and hydration, cardiovascular resources, as well as insurance benefits available for our students. It's all on the health and safety page of MHSAA.com. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Here are 5 more good reasons for multi-sport participation. Multi-sport athletes are more coachable. They have higher athletic ceilings. They become better talent in the long run. They have higher sports IQs. Their sport skills transfer, and they are better teammates. Multi-sport participation is cross-training for life. Learn more at the MHSAA website. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Sportsmanship has never been more important between the lines in athletics and outside those lines in our communities. To listen, to respect, to understand, to practice common decency, to have competition without contentiousness. Sportsmanlike qualities are essential components of life itself. Let's all work together to not only be good sports, but good people. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Have we gotten to the point where at some high school game that an official has finally had enough from coaches, players, and adults, pulls off the whistle, and offers it to you? Let's hope not. There's no way you could do a better job. It's on everyone to promote good sportsmanship. So before you blurt something out about that next close call, consider this. Without the officials, nobody wins. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
As it is our intermission scoreboard report, taking a look at games back on February 7th. It was Skyline beating Pioneer 47 to 35. Lincoln beat Dexter in overtime by a score of 49 to 47. It was Saline beating Monroe 81 to 59, and Huron beating Temperance Bedford 49 to 40. On the 9th, it was Huron beating Skyline 41 to 39. On the 10th, it was Pioneer beating Dexter 54 to 35. Skyline beat Monroe 65 to 36. It was a 1-point win by Temperance Bedford over Saline 54 to 53, and Lincoln fell to Huron 57 to 41. Other games going on right now: Huron is hosting Monroe, Skyline is hosting Temperance Bedford, and Saline is hosting Dexter. Let's take a look at the SEC White action, as that was all SEC Red. Over on SEC White, if we go back to the 7th, it was Chelsea beating Pinckney 70 to 37 back on the 7th. Ypsilanti Community fell to Jackson. Jackson winning that one 72 to 48. On the 10th, it was Jackson beating Adrian by a score of 70 to 36. Pinckney beat Ypsilanti Community 41 to 34. It was Chelsea beating Tecumseh 62 to 53. Elsewhere, Adrian is hosting Chelsea today. Pinckney is hosting Jackson, and we said earlier Ypsilanti Community is hosting Tecumseh. That is your intermission scoreboard report. 2 minutes up and counting down here at halftime. Pioneer up 28 to 18 on the Rail Splitters. We'll play a few more messages from the MHSA and be right back with your second half action.
Sportsmanship has never been more important between the lines in athletics and outside those lines in our communities. To listen, to respect, to understand, to practice common decency, to have competition without contentiousness. Sportsmanlike qualities are essential components of life itself. Let's all work together to not only be good sports, but good people. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics. Have we gotten to the point where at some high school game that an official has finally had enough from coaches, players, and adults, pulls off the whistle, and offers it to you? Let's hope not. There's no way you could do a better job. It's on everyone to promote good sportsmanship. So before you blurt something out about that next close call, consider this. Without the officials, nobody wins. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Nearly 2,000 of the state's top student athletes will be recognized for excelling academically and in school activities through the MHSAA's Scholar Athlete Award, underwritten by Farm Bureau Insurance. The applicants will be in the running for a total of 32 $1,000 college scholarships. Application materials are available exclusively online through the MHSAA website. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
As we are about to start the third quarter here at Pioneer, as it's Pioneer hosting Ypsilanti Lincoln. Pioneer up 28-18, leading all scorers. Tied is for 6 is Mutinda and Freisteller. Speaking of which, Freisteller to inbound right in front of us to start off the third. As Pioneer now going from left to right here in the second half. Sampa, Freisteller, Juhas, Christian, and Pasternak out there for Pioneer. Sampa has it in the backcourt, working against Ali as he brings it at Pioneer up by 10. Sampa down the far sideline, over half court. Sampa now picks up his dribble, bounce pass to Christian, top of the key. Christian moves it over to Pasternak. Pasternak gets it over to Sampa, floats one, that off the rim. Freisteller puts it up and in. Freisteller with 8 points. And it's Pioneer 30, Lincoln 18. That one just off of the tip of Roach's fingertips, out of bounds. That will go over to Pioneer. 7:35 left to go here in the third. Pioneer up by 12. Freisteller to inbound, gets it to Sampa. As Sampa bringing ahead. Ali providing some full court pressure. Sampa over half court for Pioneer, gets it to Freisteller on the far sideline. Freisteller. Sampa behind him. Freisteller trying to work through traffic, puts it up on the baseline, puts it in. As Freisteller heating up, he has 10 points. As the foul, did not see who that one was on. And John not back to announce it for us. So hopefully everything okay with him. Freisteller to the line, puts it up. And rims out, pulled down by Davis. Here comes Lincoln. The other direction, Pioneer up by 14. Davis for Lincoln, top of the key. And over, trying to get it as both Christian and Williams dive to the ground. And off of Pioneer, Williams inbounds it to Ali. Ali. And just off of top of the key, gets over to Davis on the far wing. Davis gets it over to Tawakkul. Back over to Williams. Now Davis top of the key. Comes down the far side of the paint. Davis spins with it into the near corner. That put up for a three and in by Williams. Williams with the three-pointer as he has 5 points. It's now an 11-point lead for Pioneer, 32-21. Sampa bringing it ahead. Ali with the full court press. Sampa on the far sideline for Pioneer. Sampa bounce pass to Christian, top of the key. Now over to Pasternak on the near wing. Pasternak being watched over there by Tawakkul. Now Sampa on the far sideline. Sampa trying to shield the ball from Ali into the far corner. Freisteller down the baseline as he gets fouled. That's going to be a foul on Green. Green picks up his first foul. One foul on Pioneer, 2 on Lincoln in this half. Pioneer got into a double bonus in the first half. Freisteller puts up the first shot, and it is good. Freisteller leading all scorers with 11 points. trying to make it 12, trying to get it to a 13-point Pioneer lead. One more shot coming for Freisteller. Freisteller bends the knees, puts it up. Head off the front of the rim, pulled down by Pasternak. Pasternak gets it back over to Juhas. Pioneer maintains possession. Juhas at the far elbow. Freisteller for three, and that rims out. Pasternak with the rebound. Pasternak into the far corner with a whistle, and I think that got dribbled on the sideline. That will be over to Lincoln as they'll inbound on the far sideline. As Twakul gets it in, and then a whistle and a timeout. We'll take it with them and play a little push on as it is Pioneer up 33-21, 12-point lead by Pioneer. .605 left to go here in the third, 33-21, Pioneer with the lead as they're trying to get the court dried up over right in front of the Pioneer bench, as they don't have one of those people with the little sweeper with the handles, so they got a Gatorade towel over there trying to get everything dried up. We don't want anyone to slip and get injured. Looks like it is pretty good. You got just the right amount of squeak from the basketball shoes. That's important. You got to know you're at a basketball game that way. Twakul inbounds it, and Williams brings it ahead. Williams over half court for Pioneer. Williams gets it over on the near wing to Green. Green over to Ali. Ali bounce pass as that moved over. Twakul over to Green on the far wing. Green down into the baseline, puts it up off bounce, passing it with the rebound. Here comes Juhas. Juhas quickly ahead to Freisteller. Freisteller for Pioneer. Takes a shot from the free throw line that tipped out of bounds. Pioneer's ball. 5:41 left to go here in the third, 33-21. Pioneer with the 12-point lead. Sampa to inbound, baseline right, as Roach comes in for Lincoln, or excuse me, White comes in. It was no, that was 11, that should be Roach. As Sampa inbounds to Pasternak in the near corner. Pasternak works his way around the arc, over to Juhas. Juhas about 5 feet off the top of the key. Juhas over on the far wing, hands off to Sampa. Sampa over to Pasternak, or excuse me, Freisteller over to Pasternak. Pasternak, top of the key, Pasternak skies it over to Christian, down the baseline. Christian underneath the basket, puts it up and puts it in. Beautiful light touch underneath the basket for Christian. He has 6, as it's Pioneer 35, Lincoln 21. Davis has it for Lincoln, top of the key. Over to Roach. Roach comes at the far elbow, gets it underneath to Davis. Davis works his way in. Wouldn't go as it rims all the way around, but Davis picks up the whistle. Christian picks up his first foul. As 2 fouls on Pioneer, 2 fouls on Lincoln. Davis to the line, shooting 2. 5:07 left to go here in the third. Davis trying to get it down to a 13-point lead for Pioneer. First shot is up by Davis off the front of the rim. One more coming for Davis. Davis, Twakul, Ali, Roach, and Williams in there for Lincoln. That one rolls around, wouldn't go. Freisteller with the rebound. Pioneer with the 14-point lead. Second foul on Christian. We'll note that down. Freisteller on the far sideline gets it to Christian. Christian just off, just the near side of top of the key, over to Sampa. Sampa just inside of half court. Sampa gets a screen from Christian, moves it over to Pasternak on the near wing. Pasternak working against Twakul. Pasternak now comes top of the key, down the far side of the paint, over to Freisteller on the far wing. Now Sampa for 3, and off the rim, pulled down. Christian with the rebound, up off the glass. That fell away. Christian again with it off the glass, off the front of the rim again. And pulled down, coming the other direction is Twakul. Twakul over to Davis. Pioneer up by 14. Lincoln with it. Davis on the near wing. Gets it over to Roach. Roach on the near sideline. Juhas watching Roach. Screen by Davis. Roach on the near wing. Roach picks up his dribble. Fires it over to Williams on the far sideline. Williams, screen by Davis, comes top of the key, down the near side of the paint, puts it up and in. Williams now has 7 points, and it's 35-23. Pioneer with the 12-point lead. Sampa for Pioneer, over half court. Sampa down the near side of the paint, puts it up off glass, rolls off the far side of the rim. Davis with the rebound for Lincoln. Roach quickly ahead for Lincoln to the top of the key. Roach down the far side of the paint, up off glass, pulled down by Pasternak. As a whistle, and Uhas picks up a foul. That is his first. At least according to my notes, it is. It's not official. 3 fouls on Pioneer, 2 on Lincoln. 3:40 left to go here in the third. Lincoln, if they hit both of these, if Roach can hit both these free throws, it'll be a 10-point game. First shot is up by Roach, off the back of the rim and rims out. One more coming for Roach. Mutinda comes in, as well as Miles Powell. That will give Pasternak and Christian a breather. Nice one up off the back of the rim, pulled down by Freisteller. 12-point lead by Pioneer. Freisteller into the near corner for Miles Powell. Freisteller back on the near wing for Pioneer. Uhas now at the top of the key. Uhas gets a screen from Mutinda. That pulled away, battle for it. Davis for Lincoln. Brings it ahead. Davis over half court. Davis dribbles down the far side of the paint, puts it up and in. Davis powers his way in. He has 6 points. 35-25. 10-point lead by Pioneer with 3:10 left to go in the third. Sampa over half court for Pioneer, being watched by Dorsey. Hands it off to Uhas on the far sideline. Screen for Freisteller. Uhas at the near elbow, trying to get it underneath Mutinda. Pulled away by Ali for Lincoln. And ahead to Williams. That block pulled down by Freisteller. Pioneer with the ball in the 10-point lead. Freisteller over half court. Freisteller works his way, kicks it off to Sampa on the far sideline. Sampa working against Dorsey. Sampa now making his way down the near side of the paint, picks it up, left-hand hook, wouldn't go. Rebound, that pulled away. Here comes Dorsey the other direction for Lincoln. Now Davis has it at the near elbow, down the paint, puts it up and in, but that is a charge. As Davis came in and they called the charge on him. Third foul on Davis. 22 minutes, 28 seconds left to go here in the third. 10-point lead by Pioneer. Freisteller for Pioneer over half court. Freisteller hands it off to Sampa. Sampa working against Dorsey just inside of half court. Sampa coming down the far sideline. Sampa bounce pass to Mutinda, top of the key. Now here comes Miles Powell over to Sampa on the far sideline. On the baseline, Freisteller dribbles into the paint. Spins, puts it up off the glass, wouldn't go, as that is out of bounds. They'll say it's off a Pioneer. Ali to inbound, baseline right for Lincoln. Strauss comes in for Pioneer. 2:02 left to go here in the third. Pioneer up by 10, Lincoln with the ball. Ali to inbound to Roach. Roach brings it ahead for Lincoln, now back over to Ali. Ali over half court, down the far sideline. Ali, top of the key. Ali to the near elbow, gets it back over to Roach. Roach down the far sideline, steps back. Roach thought about it, puts up a three-pointer. That off the back of the rim. Pulled down and tied up as Mutinda and Jabril Kandi got tied up. Jump ball called as they were both trying to pull it away from each other. As they spun around with each other with the ball, and jump ball possession pointed Lincoln's way. As that inbounded, moved over by Jabril Kandi, over to Ali. There's Dorsey for a three, and pulled down by Strauss for Pioneer. Here comes Sampa the other direction. Quickly ahead, underneath to Mutinda, that tipped away. Roach the other direction for Lincoln. Roach into the paint, makes a move, puts it up, and in. As Roach now has 6 points, and it's Pioneer 35, Lincoln 27. Strauss brings it for Pioneer over half court. Strauss on the far sideline. Strauss hands it off to Sampa. Sampa working against Dorsey. Sampa now with it. Just inside of half court, gets a screen from Mutinda. Sampa on the near wing. Trying to kick it over to Frystall. That pulled away by Roach. Roach down the side of the paint. Puts it up, finger rolls it in. Roach with 8 points. 35-29, 6-point lead by Pioneer. And coach wants to talk it over. We'll play a little push on. Get Pioneer fired up, get you fired up, get everybody fired up. Here with 53.8 seconds left to go in the third. Pioneer 35, Lincoln 29. As it was a 10-point lead at halftime, Lincoln now has it down to a 6-point Pioneer lead, 35-29. Strauss inbounds to Sampa. Sampa bringing it ahead with 50 seconds left in the third. Dorsey providing full court pressure. Sampa down the far sideline. Hits it to Mutinda, top of the key. Mutinda back to Sampa down the baseline. Sampa in the far corner trying to make his way down the baseline now. Work his way. 32 seconds left to go. Sampa on the far sideline. Dorsey blanket coverage. Bound pass to Uhas. 26 seconds left to go. Strauss on the far sideline. 22 seconds left in the third. Strauss over to Sampa. 18 seconds left to go in the third. Sampa trying to make his way into the paint. Kicks over to Strauss. Strauss on the far wing. 10 seconds left to go. Strauss has it batted away. Underneath to Mutinda, up and in. Mutinda now has 8 points. Pioneer 37, Lincoln 29. Roach quickly ahead. He puts it up off the rim and no good at the end. It is 37-29. Pioneer with the 8-point lead. Let's play a few messages from the MHSAA.
Sportsmanship has never been more important between the lines in athletics and outside those lines in our communities. To listen, to respect, to understand, to practice common decency, to have competition without contentiousness. Sportsmanlike qualities are essential components of life itself. Let's all work together to not only be good sports, but good people. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
8 minutes up on the clock as we're getting ready to head into the fourth on this Valentine's Day men's basketball action between your Pioneer men's varsity basketball team as they take on the Lincoln Rail Splitters. Pioneer has the 8-point lead going into the fourth, 37-29. 3 fouls on Pioneer, 3 fouls on Lincoln. Players in foul trouble, according to my items here. Christian has 2 fouls for Pioneer, 3 on Davis, 3 on Roach for Lincoln. Sampa to the free throw line, puts it up for Pioneer and in. Sampa with 5 points. Pioneer back to a 10-point lead, 39-29. Quickly ahead, here comes Ali. Ali puts up a 3-pointer for Lincoln. His first points, he has 3, and it's 39-32. Pioneer with the 7-point lead. Sampa for Pioneer over half court, coming down the far sideline. Sampa hands it off back to Miles Powell. Miles Powell gets it underneath to Christian. Christian in the paint, puts it up off glass, wouldn't go, pulled down. Christian pulls the rebound away, trying to get it on the ground. Here comes Lincoln the other direction. Quickly ahead to Dorsey. Dorsey underneath, out of bounds. As off of Jones, it looks like. We'll see. They'll say Pioneer touched it last. 7 minutes, 15 seconds left to go here in the fourth. 39-32. As that ball, Jones moves it over to Ali. Ali coming down the paint Gets it over to Green. Green into the paint, puts it up, blocked by Strauss. Pulled down by Pioneer as here comes Pasternak over half court for Pioneer. Pasternak top of the key, over to Sampa on the near sideline. Sampa working against Ali, under 7 minutes left to go. Sampa trying to kick it into the far corner. Miles Powell for 3. And knocked down, out of bounds, Pioneer ball. 6:49 left to go here in the fourth. 39-32, 7-point lead for Pioneer. And Sampa to inbound, baseline right, underneath his own basket into the near corner. Pasternak for 3, and he hits it! Pasternak with 2 3-pointers, he has 6. We're back to a 10-point game. Lincoln comes down, Roach has it on the far wing. Roach spins with it for the Rail Splitters. Roach over to Dorsey on the far wing. Dorsey gets it to Ali just off top of the key. Now over to Green on the near wing. Back to Dorsey, top of the key. Dorsey moves it over. Roach racing down the paint, puts it up. That rolls off of the near side of the rim. That'll be over to Pioneer. Pioneer ball, 6:24 left to go here in the fourth. Pioneer 42, Lincoln 32. Williams comes back in for Lincoln. Again, both teams with 3 fouls, so both teams 4 fouls away from putting the other team in the bonus. Sampa over half court for Pioneer down the far sideline, working against Dorsey. Gets a swing from Christian. Sampa for 3. That rims out to the far side. That popped up, pulled down by Strauss. Strauss into the paint. That tipped away from him. Ali quickly the other way. Here comes Davis for Lincoln into the paint. Kicks it over to Dorsey. Dorsey down. And then all the way back. Ali trying to get to it. Picked up by Davis. Davis on the near wing for Lincoln. Davis taking it into the paint. Dishes it underneath. That put up by Jones in and a foul. So Jones with his first points of the game, he has 2. So basket counts. Christian picks up his 3rd foul. The lone Pioneer with 3 fouls. That will put Jones to the line shooting 1 for an old-fashioned 3-point play. Trying to get it down to a 7-point lead. Jones puts it up. That ball's off the far side. Davis puts it up and in though for Lincoln. Davis with 6, and it's a 6-point game. Pioneer up 42-36 with 5:38 left to go. Sampa coming down the far sideline. Over to Strauss over half court. Strauss for Pioneer. Now on the near wing. Strauss gets it over to Pasternak. Pasternak. As blanket coverage by Kawakul. Pasternak comes to the free throw line on the far elbow. Pasternak puts it up, rattles around and home as Pasternak with a hook puts it in. 44-36. Pioneer with the lead. Quick 3-pointer and rimmed down, but the rebound by Jones. Jones puts it up off the glass and in for Lincoln as he has 4 points. 44-38. Pioneer up by 6. Strauss brings that for Pioneer. Now over to Sampa over half court. Sampa stops at the free throw line back. Strauss for 3. Strauss hits it. Strauss with 4 points. A huge 3-pointer there. Back 47-38. 9-point lead by Pioneer. Davis has it for Lincoln on the far wing. Davis down into the free throw line. Davis has it pulled away. Here comes Pioneer. Strauss down the far sideline for Pioneer. Strauss into the paint. Puts up the floater off the rim. Pulled down by Ali. Quickly ahead. Davis into the paint for Lincoln. That up wouldn't go, but a foul. 4:25 left to go. Pioneer up by 9. Sampa picks up his first foul. 4 fouls on Pioneer, 3 on Lincoln. Davis to the line. In the act of shooting, he was fouled, so he'll be shooting 2. Trying to get it down to a 7-point lead by Pioneer. First shot by Davis off the front of the rim. One more coming. Freisteller replaces Strauss for Pioneer. Roach in for Ali for the Rail Splitters. So for Pioneer, it's Christian, Pasternak, Freisteller, Sampa, and is that Uhas? I believe it is. Oh no, it's Miles Powell. Second one is up and good by Davis. Davis with 9 points, 47-39. Pioneer with the 8-point lead. Miles Powell over to Sampa, full court pressure by Lincoln, that pulled away. Here comes Roach the other direction. Roach into the paint, bounce pass underneath. That went off of a foot, kick ball. Lincoln ball as they will inbound baseline left right underneath their own basket. As that's going to be Williams to inbound for Lincoln. Over on the far side, three-pointer that Freisteller with the rebound as that fell short, quickly ahead. Here comes Miles Powell for Pioneer. Miles Powell puts it up off glass and in. Miles Powell with his first points of the game. That's up to a 10-point game, 49-39. Lincoln quickly the other direction. Roach down the near side of the paint. Into the paint. Christian trying to pull it away. Roach kicks it back over to Williams. Now Davis for Lincoln has it. Davis on the near wing. Davis. Well, 3:40 left to go here in the fourth. As calling out signals is Williams. Williams bounce pass, trying to get it underneath to Davis. And just out of his reach, out of bounds, Pioneer ball. 3:32 left to go in the fourth. 10 points. Lead by Pioneer, 49-39. That ball tried to take a trip all the way out into the hallway outside as they go to try and find it. He tried to make his way to take a class, I think, somewhere in the building. Freisteller to inbound, baseline left, gets it down to Sampa. Sampa brings it ahead. That is a foul on Williams. Williams picks up his second foul. 4 fouls on Pioneer, 4 fouls on Lincoln. Just don't unplug me, that's all, man. Is that ball grabbed? Sampa has it, Sampa. Coming down on the far wing, Sampa. On the far sideline, Williams watching him, screen by Christian. Sampa at the near elbow, puts it up, puts it in. Sampa with 7 points. Pioneer 31, Lincoln 30, or Pioneer 51, Lincoln 39. 3:05 left to go. Williams for Lincoln. Moves it over on the near wing. That ball up by Tawaku. And pulled over and out of bounds. That will be Lincoln ball. 2:58 left to go here in the fourth. That ball over on the near wing as Roach has it for Lincoln. Roach and gets it off over to Tawaku. Tawaku over to Williams. Williams has it. 2:43 left to go here in the fourth. Trying to get it underneath to Jones. Jones spins with it. Puts it up and Jones puts it in. 6 points for Jones. 10-point lead for Pioneer with 2:30 left to go here in the fourth. Sampa bringing it ahead. Whistle. Timeout called. We'll take it with them. How about a quick message from the MHSAA?
The love of the game draws us to sports, as players, coaches, spectators, and officials. For officials, it's a way to stay in the game they once played, to feel the thrill of putting on the uniform, stepping out of the playing surface, hustling to make the call, and building the relationships which can only be built in sports. If you still have that love for the game, we always need new officials. Register now at MHSAA.com. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
2 minutes, 28 seconds left to go. Pioneer trying to get to 500, trying to get to 9-9 on the season. Lincoln 6-11 so far, trying to make it to 7-11. Pioneer inbounds. Pioneer up by 10, 51-41. Freisteller over half court for Pioneer. That tipped away. Foul. That will be on Lincoln. Williams picks up the foul. That's his fourth foul. Third foul, excuse me. Yep. 4 fouls on Pioneer, 5 fouls on Lincoln. 2 more. That pulled away. Here comes Lincoln as they get it over to Williams. Up off the glass and in. Williams now has 9 points. That makes it down to a 9-point lead, 51-43.
technical foul on Eric Jones for a blow to the head.
So blows the head, technical foul on Jones. Freisteller with the shot for the technical. That falls off. One more coming. I believe that counts as a regular foul. That would be 3 on Jones, according to my unofficial tally. Second one up by Freisteller and in. 12 points by Freisteller. That leads all scores. As Pioneer up by 9, 52-43 with 2:21 left to go here in the fourth. As Freisteller to inbound right in front of us as they're making sure there are no wet spots on the court. Freisteller looking to inbound. Freisteller gets it over to Christian. And a whistle.
Pioneer calls a timeout. That's Pioneer's third timeout.
Pioneer calls the timeout.
Timeouts remaining.
So 2 full timeouts remaining for Pioneer. They want to talk things over. 2:19 left to go here in the fourth. Let's take a look at who has what as far as scores go. As on Pioneer side, Freisteller with 12, as Pasternak with 8, Mutinda with 8, 7 for Sampa, 6 for Christian, 5 for Juhas, 4 for Strauss, and 2 for Powell. On the other side, it is 9 for Davis, 9 for Williams, 8 for Roach, 6 for Jones, 3 for Ali, 3 for Green, 3 for Tuakul, and 2 for Dorsey. 9-point lead by Pioneer. 4 fouls on Pioneer, 6 on Lincoln. One more puts Pioneer in the bonus, shooting 1 and 1. 3 more Pioneer fouls puts Lincoln in the bonus. 139 ticks of the clock left. 2:19 left to go here in the fourth. 9-point lead. Pioneer trying to pull away, but Lincoln playing tough, trying to keep it close. They've got it as close as 6 in this second half. Freisteller to inbound right in front of us. Freisteller inbounds to Miles Powell. Miles Powell gets it over to Sampa. Sampa brings it ahead over half court. Sampa on the far sideline. Over to Freisteller on the far wing. Freisteller trying to dribble away out of it as he's being watched by Williams. Now over to Miles Powell on the far sideline. Miles Powell picks up his dribble, gets it over to Pasternak. Pasternak being watched by Roach. Pasternak right in front of his coach. Now Pasternak comes about 3 feet inbounds from 3 feet inside of half court. Coming down the far sideline, Miles Powell puts it up off glass, wouldn't go. Here comes Roach the other direction, 1:45 left to go. Roach for Lincoln down the far side of the paint, puts it up off glass, rattles off. Roach gets his own rebound up and in. As the basket counts for Roach, he now has 10. Pasternak with his second foul. 2 more fouls on Pioneer will put Lincoln in the bonus. Roach puts it up and in, and it's a 6-point game for Pioneer. As that's sent over and back, Sampa bringing ahead for Pioneer down the far sideline for Miles Powell. Now Sampa brings ahead over to Pasternak. Pasternak skies it all the way. It's stolen away by Lincoln, but stepped out of bounds on the far sideline. Valiant attempt, but just couldn't keep himself in bounds. 1 minute 24 seconds left to go. 52-46, 6-point lead for Pioneer. Sampa has it in the backcourt, now brings it over half court. That's skied over to Miles Powell on the far wing. Miles Powell double teamed over to Christian. Christian works his way now over to Pasternak on the near wing. Pasternak trying to work his way. No shot clock in Michigan high school basketball. Sampa on the far side. Ali watches him, and that has to commit. There's a whistle and a foul. Ali picks up the foul. That is his first foul. That will put Pioneer to the line shooting 1 and 1, so that stops the clock. Sampa to the line shooting 1 and 1. Sampa puts it up. As that ends, Sampa now has 8 points, trying to make it 9. Sampa can get it back to a 8-point lead for Pioneer with this shot. Again, 7 fouls now for Lincoln. Second shot is up and good by Sampa. So now every foul after that will be Pioneers shooting 1 and 1. Over to Ali. Ali, top of the key. Ali moves it over to Williams on the far wing and right over to us. Unfortunately, I have no athletic talent, nor am I an eligible player. 55.4 seconds left to go. As that pulled back over, grabbing it, and fired on the far wing by Juhas. Juhas fouled. 48.8 seconds left to go here in the fourth. Williams picks up the foul. That is his 4th foul. That stops the clock. This will give Juhas a chance to get it up to a 10-point lead with 46.8 seconds left to go. Juhas puts up the first shot. That no good, pulled down by Ali. Ali quickly the other way for Lincoln. And there's Dorsey for 3, and Dorsey hits it. Dorsey with 5 points now, as that is going to make it now a 5-point game. Closest that Lincoln has gotten in this second half, and a timeout called by Lincoln. They want to talk it over. Was that called by Pioneer? So 38.5 or 38.3 seconds left to go here in the fourth. 5-point lead by Pioneer. 2 more fouls, by the way, and that will put Pioneer in the double bonus if Lincoln commits 2 fouls. But they have at least 1 more where it'll still be shooting 1 and 1 for Pioneer. Both teams talking things over, trying to get the most out of this last 38 seconds. Here's the Pioneer cheer team trying to get everybody fired up, ready to go. Huge three-pointer, got down to a 5-point game. Freisteller to inbound. And thank you, John, for the wonderful shout-out for us. Freisteller gets it into Sampa. Sampa trying to get it back over. It's stolen away. Put up and in, as that was Dorsey who put it in. And now it's a 3-point game. Foul, as they'll put Freisteller to the line with 28 seconds left to go. Freisteller trying to get it back to a 2-possession game with 28 seconds left. 1 more foul. He's still shooting 1 and 1. So if he misses it, the ball will go directly to Lincoln. If he hits it, he'll get 1 more. Freisteller puts it up, puts it in, nothing but net. As Freisteller leads all scorers with 13 points, trying to make it 14, trying to make it an even 5-point lead for Pioneer. Next shot up by Freisteller, and it is good. 5-point lead. Freisteller 14 points. Quickly the other direction is Lincoln. Before they call a timeout, they want to talk it over. 25.4 seconds left to go here in the fourth. 56-51. Pioneer with that 5-point lead. Next foul by Lincoln will have Pioneer shooting 2 free throws, not 1 and 1. Coming up next for Pioneer, they will be on the road at Huron on the 17th. That 7 p.m. game. They will be back home versus Saline on the 21st. And then on the 24th, they will be versus Adrian. That game will be on CTN. We will not be able to broadcast that game, as we will be broadcasting the CCWHA playoffs, as we will have those Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, the 24th, 25th, and 26th. Then they will be away at Riverview Community High School and then into the playoffs. Next up for Lincoln. Lincoln is going to be at Saline, hosting Saline on the 17th. That'll be a 7 p.m. game. Then they're away at Bedford on the 21st. Then home for their final home game versus the Summit Academy. No, they have two. On the 28th, they have a home game, and on the 3rd, they have a home game versus Heritage. Whoops. No. Piece of paper tried to fly on the court from my desk. Don't want that to happen. Coming ahead with it. Here comes Roach. Roach for Lincoln. Down onto baseline. And did he step out? Looks like he did. 19.3 seconds left to go. Pioneer has to have their best free throw shooters as Lincoln is going to foul quickly if they can't get the ball. As Sampa on the near sideline skies it over to Uhas. Uhas quickly over, out of bounds. That will be Lincoln ball. 12.1 seconds left to go. 5-point game. Lincoln needs to get the basket. And then a quick turnover as Ali has it. Sampa watching him. Ali for Lincoln. Coming down the far side. That pulled away by Uhas. 6 seconds, 5 seconds. Miles Powell with it over to Christian. Christian puts it up, finger rolling in, as that will do it. Pioneer wins by a score of 58-51. As Pioneer wins, they go to 9-9 on the season. Our next game will be tomorrow, as we will have the Pioneer men's hockey game from the Toledo Ice House from Toledo. I believe that's an 8 p.m. game. For my camera person, Christina Wiseman, my name is Mark Wiseman. Thank you, and have a great rest of your night.